Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. Yes, here we are, 7 a.m. No, not quite right. 7:05 Pacific, 8:05 out here in the beautiful Rocky Mountains. We do have some smoke, a couple of fires, one south, one north, kind of converging in Steamboat right now. But right now the day looks pretty good. So looking forward to another beautiful day here in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Going to take a bike ride today. My back is feeling a whole lot better. My left glute's feeling a whole lot better. So one day of travel on Sunday, and then a total day off yesterday. We've got a hot tub here, got in a hot tub, and I think that did some good. So anyway, guys, hope you are well wherever you are today. If you are watching this live or on the replay. And what I've got for you is something that kind of got me thinking because of an email a little email discussion I was having back and forth with my good buddy and deep thinker, the great Scott Harper. And so one of the things that I worked on with Mr. Stowe way back in the day that I didn't really, at the time, kind of see the value in it. And one of the things that he really wanted to have you be able to control was swing speed. Let me get the chair a little bit different. It's not creaking here. Was swing speed. So, for example, like in the picture of this forehand, he wanted you to be able to know and identify what's the feeling of, your standard swing speed, right? So out of maybe there's, number one would be slow, number two would be medium, and number three would be pretty fast. And he wanted to know where in those numbers, 1, 2, and 3, was your most comfortable swing speed, where you felt like no matter what kind of ball was coming in, you felt that you could, number one, control your swing speed, as opposed to lots of times we get sort of the extremes. We get a really hot, a hot, deep ball coming in, and our first instinct is to try to overcome the speed by us going ahead and swinging fast. Or you get a sitter, and the ball's just sitting there in our thought of, well, I'm going to unload. And both of those swing speeds typically are too fast, meaning that we just lose control. So he wanted you to find what's too fast, what's too slow, and maybe what's right there in the middle, that you knew that you could actually control it no matter what kind of ball was coming in, no matter what kind of height, but all that stuff, right? And so one of the things that Scott and I got kicking around a little bit was this whole notion of practicing something very slowly. And so it just triggered for me the great Jeff Broviak, who was a guy that I grew up with in Berkeley at the Berkeley Tennis Club, and he was one of the top juniors in the country. Every age group, and he goes on to UCLA. He's got a great career there. He wins the NCAA, I know the doubles, but I'm not sure about the singles. He could have won the singles, and he goes on to be, top, I think it was 25 in the world at some point, ATP. A unique guy for sure, interesting personality. But one of the things I recall, and I never really, again, like Mr. Stowe, didn't quite get it, but I remember him practicing with the great Torben Ulrich, and they would practice really slowly in terms of swing speeds, very slowly. And really, after sort of thinking about it for years and maybe even decades, and then this thing with Scott recently kind of got me thinking again about the value of practicing and tinkering and kind of experimenting, kind of exploring, if you will, a slow swing speed in practice, just to see, number one, can you control that swing speed slowly? And number two, could you control it to your ideal point of contact, right? So you discover, number one, well, this is my ideal point of contact where there's kind of a different sound, right? And we've talked about this recently about sometimes you want to go out there and just, you hit a great forehand, for example. And what I like to do is, well, what was the sound of that, of the impact, right? Of contact. And can I recreate that sound, which is a pretty specific point of contact, right? It's not too far in front. It's not too, it's not too far behind you. Obviously not too far away, and it's not crowding you. So how do you move the feet so you have the right spacing? And then can you deliver the racket at that precise moment in time where it creates that beautiful sound of, as Mr. Stowe called it, it was the concussion. He called it the conk, C-O-N-K. At least that's how I'm spelling it, the conk. And so here's what I want you to do is I want you to get out the next time you're on the court. Hopefully it's today. And I want you to try some slow forehands or slow backhands, whatever it is. Just trying to see if you can recreate a sound that is different, that is like the sound that that's the one. That's the point of contact where I want to deliver the racket over and over again. And it doesn't matter how fast the ball is coming in. Rather than thinking, well, I've got to overcome this incoming speed, or I've got a fat sitter and I want to just unload on it, let's go for the sound. And let's go for, in the beginning today, I want you to be able to see, can you control a slow swing speed to that ideal point of contact, and kind of and just keep creating that sweet concussion, the sweet conk of Mr. Stowe. And I know it kind of goes against the grain of a lot of players. Well, I want to go out there and drill, man. I want to go out there and I want to make sure that I'm, 3 inches inside the sideline and a foot inside the baseline. Man, I'm supposed to be learning how to hit winders. No, it doesn't work that way. I mean, you might want to, if you want to look great in practice, but then go out and lay an egg in a match, that's the way to do it. But if you want to get great in matches, you've got to be able to learn those different swing speeds. What's fast, what's medium, and what's slow. And sometimes you need to bring a certain swing speed in against a certain incoming ball. And depending on the geometry, right? Depending on where you are in the court, where your opponent is over there on the other side of the net, and the type of ball, the type of spin, the type of depth, all that kind of stuff might require a different swing speed that I really want you to be able to learn how to control, right? So let's not get stuck into, it's kind of like, what drives me nuts is all this promoting of, a semi or a full Western forehand grip. Okay, on some balls, on some incoming balls, not many, but on some incoming balls, you know what, that grip works fine. But on lots, all the other ones, that grip kind of sucks. It doesn't work that great. So if you're locked into, like if you're always in your ready position, you don't know if you're getting a forehand, you don't know if you're getting a backhand, you're always locked into a funky, semi to full Western forehand grip because you want to make sure you got it locked in there, man, you're going to be in trouble because lots of incoming balls are not appropriate for that grip. You've got to be a multi-gripped player. That's a discussion for another episode. So, but for today, guys, what I want you to do is get out there and tinker with those 3 different swing speeds, right? See what's fast, see what's medium, and spend a lot of time today, the next time you're on the court, with a slow swing speed, and see if you can create that sound, that really beautiful sound of the conk with a slow swing speed. All right. As always, man, I want to hear from you down below. What's on your mind from today's light little chat? Let me know in the comments area, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. We can keep it private that way if you want. And guys, also down below in the description area is a link that takes you to webtennisgear.com. A great way to show your love and support for 7 Around 7 and webtennis.com. Pick up a t-shirt or 2 or more. Water bottle, it's the Web Tennis on YouTube logo. And when you do, you know what? I'm going to show my love for your support by giving you one of my $97 stroke technique courses. You get to choose. There's like 7 of them, right? You can choose which one you want to work on. Right down below is that link that will take you over to webtennisgear.com. All right, guys, that's it for me today. We got a big project out at our property here, south of Steamboat. We've got 6 acres, and we're going to build a home out there next summer, not this year. Lumber prices, material prices are up there through the roof, pun intended. So we're waiting until next summer, but I got a lot of trees out there. Need to be a lot of standing dead trees, a lot of trees just laying on the floor. We got to get up and out so we can mitigate some fire, not mitigate, but create some fire protection out there, but also clear away where we are in terms of building our home. Can't wait. All right, guys, that's it for me today. As always, it's time. All of us, each one of us, not just me, not just, you and everyone, you got to get out there. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.